Taurus, April 20th to May 20th. Taurus at their best are loyal, reliable, and friendly. Taurus at their worst are clingy, insecure, and weak-willed. Taurus's horoscope is, embrace change. This is a matter of life and death.
Hello! I am not entirely sure about this sort of, optimal human greeting, so I went with both. I hope that's okay. My name is Tavros Nitrom, I'm 7 sweeps old, and I live in Outer Horner. Well, I lived in Outer Horner, sort of past tense-wise, because Outer Horner isn't... Well, it's gone now, so... yeah, now I live in the land of Sand and Zephyr, which is much better, I think. I don't mean to say I'm glad Outer Horner is gone or anything, though. Wow, that was pretty messed up of me to say. Carcat says that some important stuff happened that he wants me to talk about, so, cool. I love being involved, really. It's nice to just be able to contribute. So, thanks, Carcat.
Okay, so, the events that happened. To me. Carcat says he wants me to give some game backstory because I'm sort of the only one besides him who finished his quest. And he kind of cheated. Not that that's bad. I just guess that I'm the only one who did the whole thing like all the way through. So the game. Scrub is really interesting. So there's like these different phases, right? Phase 1 is short. It's the part where you get into the game. The second phase is where everyone is on their land alone, working to finish their quest. That's where you humans are now. For me, my quest was to defeat the evil Proteus, god of the sand, for drinking the world's oceans, leaving the denizens to dehydrate. Vriska said it was all made up and silly. I guess she was right, sort of. But anyway, Phase 3 is defeating the Black King. When everyone is done on their lands, they meet on Skya and work together to kill the big final boss. After that, the game is over. Oh, I forgot one phase. The frog breeding, but I don't know anything about that. Anyway, my phase 2 was really fun. I was mostly running around with Vriska, who... she was being nice, which was a relief, because she usually isn't. The long story short is, I had tracked Proteus down into these ruins in my land, right? On the other side of the planet, and I was getting ready to fight him. Vriska said if I kicked his ass, I'd be a real man, and she'd take me on a date later, which is sort of fun. I don't know. She's really pretty.
Vriska? Are you there? I'm at the entrance to the place where I'm supposed to kick this denizen's ass. Kind of excited. A lot of local wildlife is helping me. And by that I sort of mean I'm using my mind control on them. Hey, so if you're not gonna show...
Tavros, you're being so impatient. You won't be able to kick anyone's ass without me, so sit tight. Fussy Fangs keeps bothering me.
Okay, well, that's mean. The part about me not being able to kick anyone's ass without help. So, I'm gonna go in now.
Ugh.
Then, at this point, Vriska used her mind control on me to knock me out of my wheelchair. Well, okay, it's not a wheelchair, it's a rocket chair, but it was a wheelchair before we alchemized it because my spine doesn't work. It causes people problems a lot.
There, now you'll sit nice and tight.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess.
Relax, Tav. I've got some irons in the fire, some really big moving and shaking to do.
Oh?
Yeah. How would you like to live forever?
Whoa, what? I would sure like to do that. If that forever is good and not horrible and scary.
Well, I've got some great news. There's a way. Remember that big dome we found? The thing that looked like a Recupera-kun?
Yes.
Well, I found out what that thing is. It's your quest bed.
Yeah. Okay. like a free restful bed. That sounds neat. I could use a nap.
It's not just a bed, dummy. It's where you can ascend to God tier. You become invincible and super strong.
Oh, that sounds good. What do I have to do to get these cool powers and maybe my legs back?
That's the bad news. You have to die.
Oh.
You get killed on the quest bed and your dream self gets powered up. You combine both lives into one.
Gotcha. Pass.
What? Pass?
I don't want to die.
Okay, sure. But did you forget ultimate power? It's not permanent, you come back.
Yeah, still, pass.
What the fuck, Tavros? What has all this been for? You told me you wanted to get stronger all those sweeps ago, and here I am, busting my ass to find new ways to do that. Shortcuts, cheats, moving and shaking. And now you're letting a little squeamishness get in the way?
Yes. You summed that up perfectly, yes.
You're on your own.
What?
If you're not gonna commit to getting strong, I'm not teaching you anymore. And I'm definitely not going on any dates with lousy, shitty wimps.
Okay, well, to be fair, when I asked to become stronger, I didn't ask you to put me in a wheelchair, so...
Oh my god, you're still mad about that? Fuck off, Tav Gross. You really will never change. Bye forever.
Oh, wait, Vriska. Wait, I am still lying on the ground. That did not stop. Vriska? Vriska?
So, another long story short, I had to crawl back into my non-wheeled wheelchair with my cool, helpful army of dubiously consenting woodland creatures, and I went alone to fight Proteus. And to make another long story super short, Proteus kicked my ass. Vriska was right. I got knocked out of my chair, and he used these big claws to pin me to the wall of the cavern, but I was surprised. He didn't kill me. In fact, he spoke to me, and he was really nice. He had this big booming voice that filled my whole head, and his eyes gleamed like suns so hard I couldn't look. He told me that I had to make the choice. And the way he said it, I just kind of understood that this was the kind of choice that had like a sort of capital C on it. It was important. Proteus, holding me against that wall, super scary, leaned in and said to me, I can either succumb to the will of another and fulfill a destiny that didn't belong to me, or I could die a hero at their very hand. Needless to say, I was pretty freaked out, so I didn't make the choice at all. I just screamed, and Proteus got sick of me. Then he said if I didn't choose, my path would be chosen for me. Then a big rock fell on his head from the ceiling, and he died, which was super lucky. Just like all the others, I'd prototyped my Lussus into a kernel when I got into the game. After I finished with Proteus, he was there to congratulate me. He's this tiny little fairy bull that I named Tinker Bull. He was super cool. I loved him a lot. The first time he died was when I accidentally ran him over in my wheelchair, which I still feel terrible about. Like I said, my spine being fucked up causes problems for everybody. But he gave me some advice that I think is really important after I finished my quest. He nuzzled his little bull nose into me and said in this tiny squeaky voice,
Tavros, it's important to believe in yourself. You can do anything if you believe.
And I still live by that. I think it's important to believe as hard as you can, and if you don't believe, then maybe if you pretend for long enough, you can start to. I think that what he meant was that what I had to do was right no matter how much danger I'm in, because nothing bad will ever happen to me if I don't believe in it, or something. Anyway. After that, we all met on Skya to do Phase 3, but Karkat says that's all he needed. He always says that I'm a sad and deeply tragic figure, which is, I don't know, kind of mean. It's fine. What's up with the Denizens, anyway? I don't really understand them still. Everything in the medium seems to be made up entirely when the game starts, like when you begin a new RPG, and the evil Dark Lord has already ruined everything, but the Denizens seem to be something else, something beyond the game. Something else crazy that no one but me seems to care about is where does this game even come from? I mean, we all understand how it works, but I don't know, it seems kind of weird, doesn't it? I know it's a game that makes a new universe, but who started the chain of making new universes? Why do new universes need to be made? Karkat and Vriska both say my questions are stupid and don't matter, but I really hope I'm not stepping on any toes here, but I respectfully disagree. In fact, after I beat Proteus, I found something really cool that gave me some clues about how the game got started. My friend Aradia and I used to dig a lot on Alternia. She and I met because we were both part of an indentured excavation team. We dug pits for the drones to build new homes for trolls in. One day, we were digging together and we both fell down into this big subterranean pit, which ended up being really great for both of us for two reasons. One, we were left for dead down there, so our names got taken off the indentured low blood work list, and two, because we found the frog ruins. The frog ruins are really important. The ruins are the way Aradia and Solix were able to construct Scrub in the first place. On the walls were these hieroglyphs, which when we translated, created the game code that transformed our world. A friendly white doctor told us how to translate them, which was super helpful. Aradia and I would stay up all day long and translate the hieroglyphs, so I got to be pretty good at reading them. And inside Proteus's chamber, there were more hieroglyphs. These ones were really easy to read. They all had the same pattern written on them. She and I used to think of the hieroglyphs were what ancient Alternians would write in, but now I know the truth. They're the language of the game. The language of Skaya itself. The message written on the pillars was simple. Just 4 hieroglyphs, one after the other. Fate, circle, 2, death. These 4 hieroglyphs have 2 meanings. Make way for the god of double death, or 2 deaths will always happen. But I've heard another translation, whispered on the lips of the denizens, spoken by the horror terrors beyond the furthest rings, programmed into the ectobiology of the Carapatians, a riddle etched into the soul of whatever this game touches. He is already here. But that's just my speculation, which is usually silly and wrong. I guess all that is pointless too, because who even is he? Who is the god of double death? What is double death? It's all just confusing and silly. But you want to know what I think? I think this game is just a big farce. I think that if we keep playing this game, somehow, instead of creating a new universe, we're going to create this god of double death. What if, instead of making a brand new universe, we're ensuring the destruction of everything, everywhere, all at once?
Editor's note. That's enough. Why don't you stop frightening our human friends with your little theories, Tavros? Run along now. Oh, wait. You can't run. Your legs don't work anymore.
Oh. Sorry, Doctor. He's right. I better go, or Karkat will be mad at me for cluttering up the document. Later, humans, and, don't hesitate to reach out, okay?
Homestuck Alternate Universe is written, produced, and narrated by Funk McLovin. Also featuring Janaya as Kanaya, AE as Terezi, Bucky as Karkat, Pakin as Tavros, Shrimp as Nepeta, Technically Dead as Solix, Harper as Vriska, Eclippi as Gamzee and Equius, and West as Pfeffery. Illustrations are by Sunny Dionysus and Gastro. Please support Homestuck Alternate Universe on patreon.com/funkmclovin for early access, behind the scenes, and bonus features, but mostly to simply support the efforts of independent creators. Homestuck was written by and is the creation of Andrew Hussie. Thank you for listening.